Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Workshop on Python Basics. The video series comes after a workshop that held on Microsoft Teams on 20th of March 2020. Stay subscribed and press the bell icon so that you don't miss the other parts of this video series. Thank you.
So I'm using here the Jupyter Notebook, and Jupyter Notebook is not from as a part of Anaconda. Okay, you can use Jupyter Notebook as a different thing also. This is how Jupyter Notebook looks, and this is a not the script mode, it's the interpreted mode. The first thing, wait, I'll just show you the other modes too. Okay, the current thing you can see here is this is the IDE mode. I am using PyCharm here. This is how that IDE works. Okay, so this is the ID. So you write whatever you write here, and you just need to run it like this. Okay, this won't run actually, no problem. So I'll just first go through that Jupyter Notebook and show you how this ID works at the same time. Now look, in the previous script, you just saw there, you can say, you saw something written with this hash. Okay, so this hash is basically denotes the compiler, like says to the interpreter that it's a comment line, and whatever is written within a hash is ignored. Like the interpreter won't see whatever is written. So you can see this is the first line. You can just, for every line you can add this way, and then I have written something within these codes. Okay, so this doesn't become a comment. If you just run it, you can see it prints the whole statement. Okay, there are multi-line comments too. I'll just add like the end. What is multi-line comments? Like you can add multiple lines and comments. The next part is the arithmetic part. Remember the arithmetic part, whenever moving in, it's much more important for data science purpose. Okay. This is a simple thing. If you can add something of this sort, 2 plus 3, it will give you the output. If you just directly move to here, you can directly add 2 plus 3. You just don't need to declare variables as well. If you don't want to declare variables, you can just do 2 plus 3 and then run it. So wait. For that, okay, you run it and then you just need to add something here. You need to add a print statement to print here in the ID, but not in that Jupyter Notebook. You don't really need a print statement to print in the Jupyter Notebook. You can see it just prints out here. But for that Jupyter Notebook, yeah. Now you can see that in the Jupyter Notebook, you don't need to implicitly add a print statement. I have mentioned to you that there is a interpreted mode and there is a script mode. In script mode, you actually need to give a print statement so that it can print the value. And similarly, you can see it has a multiplication and negation also. Subtraction, multiplication, this whole thing works here. For the division, just tell me if you divide 7 by 5, then what will it show? I just want your answers first. Tandem I can say, I'm not checking the text like chat.
It will
Anyone?
give one.
1. Okay. So how, okay. So let's print. It gives something else.
Showing 1.4.
Why so? Tell me.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe a correct reason.
Okay, so in Python, there's no particular definition of you can say float, int, float, and string. It just switches between int, float, string. So that's the reason we call it as a dynamic one. So since we do not explicitly mention that we want an integer answer of this, it will give you a float answer. Every time it will give us float answer in answer in float. Just check if you just check in this, it will give you the same. Say 7 by 5. If you run it, yeah. It again gives the same answer. But if you just implicitly mention that you want an integer value, if you just implicitly mention this, then it will give you 1. And the similar goes for the Jupyter notebook also. If you just implicitly mention that you want an integer value of this, and it will give you 1. Okay. So if you don't implicitly mention, it will just take up whatever the value is more suitable to it. You need to take care of this. This is unlike C or C++. In C, C++ or Java, you can say it's directly takes the value of integer, but here it won't take that trouble. The similar goes whenever you multiply 3 and 3.5, it will just print out a float variable. And now tell me, if you are dividing something of the sort 7.0 divided by 5, whatever it will print out, tell me. Mike's on. Anyone? Okay, cool. Okay, then I'm just showing out the answer.
It is showing 1.4.
Since you have explicitly mentioned that you want a float variable, so yeah, it will give you a float variable. But if even if you don't explicitly mention that it's a float variable, you just want a float variable, it will just give you float since you are dividing it. And next thing is the floor division. So what this float division does, if just look into it, the float division gives you the result that you are wanting an integer out of it. You just want that integer part. You have in math probably everyone learned a thing called floor and seal of, I guess, where you have learned in integration probably, right? If I'm not wrong, differential integration. So in floor and seal, you can see it will directly give you something of this sort of directly an integer value. It will cut out that float value. The next thing that we'll see is the remainder. What's the remainder? That's a property of mathematics. Okay, everyone knows, I guess. So whenever divide, it just gives out some remainder value out from there. So you can see it gives you 2, since 5 ones are 5 and remainder is 2. So this kind of thing. So yeah, okay, wait. I just missed out. For float division, remember you need to say, write the division 2 times. That's the difference from others. For others, you don't have anything from any other language. You don't have anything called the float division. Like C, C++, Java, you don't have something called float division. But here you have this explicit one, and remainder is same like all other functions. It's just all other languages. You just need to print the remainder here. Next thing is the exponent. Remember, while using C, C++, or Java, you use something of the sort this, right? This thing, like upper arrow for marking the exponents. So here for marking the exponents, we use 2 times star. That's simple, and just move into these things. 5 to the power 2, this kind of thing. Again, that is normal exponent thing. Okay, the next thing is, tell me about here. Whenever we make an exponent of -5 to the power 2, what will come up? Please don't run and tell me, just make guesses, or let's see. Anyone want to answer or try it?
Wait, let me try.
Not in a computer. Fine.
Okay, I don't know that.
25.
Okay. 25 rupees?
So
Or
25.
sorry, I didn't get you.
Plus 25?
Plus 25 or minus 25? That's the needed thing.
Plus 25.
Plus 25.
Okay.
I think it's, yeah, minus 25.
That's explicitly because it just execute this part and then takes the minus. Okay. For this purpose, I have shown you this in the next example. That is, you just execute -5 within a bracket, and then on that -5 execute the exponent. It will give you plus 25.
Okay, okay.
Okay. The similar thing, the bracketing part, this same example you saw somewhere above here. Whenever you saw this example, no one asked me why it's 10. Okay, cool. So somehow it's becoming 10, like 4 into 5 minus 30 minus 20. And that bracketing thing, like using brackets, this will come up some different answer, obviously, because it's executing this part. Like that's the exact rule, what's it called, BODMAS probably, DMS, something like that. Okay, that was the arithmetic part. The same thing, if you just look into here, you just get same results. For that, if 7 floor division, that would give you something again 1, since you're doing a floor division. Okay, sorry, I just explicitly give you. Okay. Look, this gives you 1 and other things comes as say -5. If we just try out this thing, -5 exponent 2, it will again show you something of this sort, -25. And if you just add a bracket and run it, you could just see the same thing. Wait, yeah, it's giving 25. The main difference between that interactive mode, I mean the Jupyter notebook, and this ID is that you need to explicitly write this print statement. Remember that. Otherwise, you don't do anything. Just run it and done. Okay, tell me.
Do you have to give space before calling the sign, exponent sign?
This thing, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, this space,
Space. Yes.
no problem. Got
Okay.
it?
Okay. Okay.
That's basically keeping it clean and clear. That's the kind of thing we give a space for. It's on. It doesn't make any problem for the purpose.
That's the end to the second part of the video series. Keep an eye for the other parts as well. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you soon in the next video.